Fair to say he's meeting expectations so far.
Oh, no question, B.A. The first overall pick in the 2020 draft, Edwards has been anything but a bust. Now we are seeing him trying to compete for titles.
Antetokounmpo with it. Now Gilgeous-Alexander defending. And it's Antetokounmpo with the miss. The Thunder have gone 1 for 3 so far. Curry, a screen on Antetokounmpo. James finds Curry. Takes it inside. Oh, rejected by Allen.
The long arms of Allen. I bet having a 7-foot wingspan might make it a little bit easier to find some of these blocks.
Pass to Mobley. Here's Antetokounmpo. Over Gilgeous-Alexander. Baseline jumper right on the money.
Being opportunistic, just taking what the defense allows.
Yeah, if they aren't going to take away his space from mid-range, look, he's going to continue to shoot it.
Now, here is James. Now Hartenstein. Allen defending. Hartenstein passes to Curry. Shoots over Allen. Curry gets the bucket.
Good at keeping the game simple. When Curry sees the mid-range J open up, he rises up with confidence.
Edwards against Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Antetokounmpo. The shot comes out. Some solid defense from James.
He just looks off this quarter. Looks like he's forcing it a bit right now, a little bit in his head.
Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Evan Mobley was the 3rd overall pick in 2021. And his teammate Donovan Mitchell said about him, "It's crazy, and I don't mean this in a bad way."
Ragnall has called a timeout. I think right now he must be looking at some adjustments. A leaderboard. Here were the best rebounders last season. In the 3rd spot, Anthony Davis.
Simply put,
first. Launches a 3. On target from range.
Looks like Davis is in his bag today. His ability to stretch the floor is huge.
Grant, how about the rise of OKC?
Plus, they made some fantastic trades. And of course, don't forget, OKC still has a boatload of picks.
Thunder leading by 4. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to James. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to James. Releases. Davis with it. The 3. The shot no good. Trying to find a spark here.
Yes, indeed. A rough stretch offensively. They could really use a basket.
James against Antetokounmpo. Allen outside. Clock at 6. Elbow shot on the way. Hits the rim on the way in, and the bucket is good. Edwards got 6. And so it's Gilgeous-Alexander with it. He brings it up for the Oklahoma City Thunder. This, their first chance to take a look at Cleveland this season.
Last season, they got swept in a 2-game season series against this opponent. I'm sure they're looking for payback tonight.
For sure, this is a team that feels like they should never be swept in a season series by anyone, but especially when it's one of the heavy hitters from the other conference.
Right side Edwards. Jacks up a 3. It doesn't go for him. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Oklahoma City ahead, up by 2. And we'll be back in just a minute with the start of the second quarter. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after this first quarter of play. And from what we've seen from Oklahoma City, what's your take so far?
Well, it's simple. I mean, they started off strong.
Launching them.
Well, Richard, we know how decorated AD was early on in his career. What can we expect from him moving forward?
Oh, he was getting Defensive Player of the Year and MVP votes back then. If he can get back to that level, he's going to be an absolute focal point for a long time coming.
Davis out there with Stephen Curry. Then there's Isaiah Hartenstein. Then there's James. And it's Gilgeous-Alexander in at the shooting guard position. That's the lineup out there for the Thunder. Now here's Allen. Not a good performance from him in that loss to Indiana. Here's Edwards. And the foul is called. He missed it, so he's got a couple of free throws coming his way. Well, the recent success of the Cavs has centered around their defense, RJ.
Well, if you want a chance to contend, you're going to have to be able to defend. Their coach embodies that, and so does their personnel, specifically their front court.
And he drops it first. NBA scoring has been climbing over the past decades, Grant. Is the league too offensive at the moment, do you think?
Well, we know that people like scoring, the fans, players, everyone, but the league needs to make sure there aren't hamstringing defenders too much. So I think allowing some more physicality incentivizes the defender to defend, and now we have competition on both sides of the ball.
This past offseason, OKC decided to move on from their former first-round pick, Josh Giddey.
Yeah, the 6th overall pick in 2021. Giddey is a talented player with good upside, but fit is so important in the NBA, and the Thunder knew his talents would be better suited elsewhere.
Now here's Antetokounmpo. Outside Edwards. 4-3. Oh, he drains the three, and he'll go to the line for one more. It's going to go on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. All right, guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Cavaliers?
The story so far has been their mid-range shooting. The analytics might not like it, but elite offenses still knock it down from that area.
Another thing they're doing well early on is moving the ball, playing selfless basketball, and getting everybody involved on the offensive end.
Well, here in the second quarter, he's starting to dial up his aggressiveness as far as working himself to the free throw line.
Thunder trail by 4. And Mark Daigneault has called a timeout. He wants to make sure everybody's on the same page.
Things just aren't going their way. He clearly wants to talk it over.
Good timeout if you ask me. They have the momentum, and Coach wants to find a way to try and stop it.
Now here's Davis. Hartenstein passes to Gilgeous-Alexander. Outside Curry. Over Edwards. Curry's shot is off.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
I'm sure they'll think twice about shooting against him next time.
Mobley passes to Edwards. And it's blocked by Davis.
And this is how AD led the league in block shots. It's not just his wingspan, but it's his awareness, his basketball IQ when it comes. Outstanding work to send him away. They sniffed that one out.
Leonard, no good there. Some solid defense from James. Oklahoma City trailing. Alexander. Screen by James. Gilgeous-Alexander with the ball. And it's Leonard picking him up. And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
The Cavaliers have great size up front. They have Evan Mobley and Jared Allen, who said, we have each other's backs. That's the advantage of having 2 7-footers. If you blow by the first one, there's a second one waiting for you. Brian, they'll make it tough.
No doubt. Waves and waves of length inside. Thanks, Allie. Thunder trail by 6. Well, you talk about an anchor for this defense. Richard Jared Allen is that.
It's hard to find a big man who can move and eat up space like Allen. He's a great shot blocker that can also move his feet on the perimeter and guard in isolation. But a difference maker at the rim, that is where he's at his best.
Oklahoma City's got to hurry. They got to get up a shot. And the basket by Curry.
He has the fastest shot in the game of basketball. Curry's release is so quick that the D can't afford to lay off him at all.
Now here's Edwards. He's got 12. Antetokounmpo outside. A big-time flush by Giannis.
Yeah, what a sweet move from Giannis. Just breaking down the defense there.
And we've got a timeout called by Mark Daigneault. He'll take the opportunity to regroup. Looking at the 2K leaderboard. Here were the NBA's top dime droppers last year. Number 5, LeBron James.
Not a lot of guys had better vision on the floor than him. He was able to see passing lanes and ready shooters no one else could.
Pass to Hartenstein. Curry with it. The jumper from the wing off target.
No clue how he misfired on that shot. You don't see that from him very often.
Down low. Stolen by Davis. And here they go on a free run to the bucket. Hey, it's James slamming it down.
Oh, and on the defensive end, using his fine defensive instinct, Davis is just able to make a smooth little steal.
And how about our AT&T 5G slam cam? Couldn't have captured that play any better. Now here's Edwards. Pass to Antetokounmpo. 44 seconds left in the second quarter. 6 to shoot. Here's Edwards. And the rebound goes to the Thunder.
That's just a bucket like you expect him to make. It's tough when you miss them.
Davis, the pass to James. And here's Curry for 3. The rebound by Allen. Cleveland leading by 3. Pass to Edwards. And Davis with the block. Got it off in time. That shot, no good. And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. Cavaliers ahead, up 3. Stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
Hello, everyone, and welcome. Tonight's featured game sees the...
Playing well on the road can be very difficult. They're doing a good job despite the challenges.
Away from home, they aren't let... And now, not a bad time to... And that is going to do it.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been a fairly even one. Boy, you got to like what we're seeing from Anthony Edwards.
They've leaned on him to provide a lot of offense, and that's how he likes it.
He always wants to be a go-to guy for them. I'm sure he'll be calling for the ball even more in this half.
On the court for the Cavaliers. At the 4 and the 5, the lengthy pair of Mobley and Allen. Giannis Antetokounmpo is out there with Anthony Edwards. And it's Leonard in at the 3, the small forward. Now here's Davis. Pass to Curry. No one near him. That one falls. Coming off Davis' feed. Curry's got his third basket on the night right there. Mobley outside. And here's Leonard. Back to Mobley. Edwards against Gilgeous-Alexander. There's the triple. Edwards can't hit. Thunder trail by...
Unfortunately, not a big thing. And his lackluster accuracy is probably the thing that's keeping them behind.
Mobley on a screen. Here's Edwards. Edwards can't get that one to fall.
He's been off. Still, they're up, so not all is lost.
Grant, the Cavs making the playoffs the last 2 years. A big deal in Cleveland.
Well, outside of years with LeBron on the roster, they hadn't made the postseason since 1998. But this group of Cavaliers are making their own history now.
Now here's Edwards. 15 points in the game. And once again, off the mark by Cleveland.
Rough start to the second half for them, only getting one of the past 4 shots to fall.
Pass to James. Now Hartenstein. Edwards comes. Oh, down low, the Greek freak.
And Giannis has a ridiculous combination of size, skill, and athleticism.
And we've got a timeout call by Mark Daigneault. He wants to give him a breather and talk things over.
And he hasn't gotten anything to go. You can see the frustration.
Now, we all know that getting to the free throw line is so vital in today's game. I mean, you get the freebies, plus you put your opponents in foul trouble.
Clock keeps going. 3 minutes into the second half now. The shot by James, no good. Cleveland has gone only 1 of 3 from deep here in the third. And how about LeBron? Even if he's no longer the clear-cut best player in the league, he can still take over a game, RJ.
Oh, make no mistake, he's still the best when he needs to be. Absolutely has a switch that gets flipped when he needs it. It's not on for 48 minutes, but he can definitely turn it on for a few.
Now, here is James. 7 points in the game. Shot clock at 5. Curry against Edwards. Curry, no good.
Good contest. Can't let him have open shots from mid-range.